So this is the background of Matt LaFleur, the head coach of Green Bay. It's his first head coaching job. He's had a lot of great offensive influences, starting with Brian Kelly with the spread offense way back. Brian Kelly was one of the first guys to use a spread offense, and he came from some great background, actually, of some people that most people don't know about, so I won't even bring that up here. But then LaFleur actually had Kubiak, which is straight from the Mike Shanahan school, and then the son, Kyle Shanahan, who's now running that PS West Coast stuff at San Francisco, and then Sean McVay, who runs like an advanced PS Gilman Plus Pro. It's a pro power spread, a pro PS, but with a Sid Gilman flavor, like harking back to the day. Maybe I could even say Mike Martz. So McVay does. Everybody knows about McVay and the neat stuff he does on offense. So LaFleur has had quite a background, and his stuff right now, I think, is a lot like Kyle Shanahan. Not quite the same. I still want to call it a pro PS, whereas Shanahan's more of a power spread base right now, almost, because he's doing so much variety with personnel and scheme. But LaFleur is sort of in between a McVay and a Shanahan, and it's really kind of cool stuff. Now, I'll go back to this first drive of Green Bay right here. This was the touchdown, the first touchdown. It's just a nice little simple thing, and this certainly doesn't do LaFleur justice. What does LaFleur justice is the great year Green Bay's had. Yes, Mike McCarthy had built a good team. There was a lot of an infusion of young talent coming in, and it's combined with, but it's combined with the veterans now. And, of course, Aaron Rodgers, the quarterback, is still there. But this doesn't take away from what LaFleur is doing. He has to combine all this together and sync it. And there were problems going on at the end of McCarthy's reign. And so, LaFleur deserves a lot of credit. But this is just a little clever pass route design based on the West Coast offense, which was his background, a lot of it, which I showed you, but with also a power spread flavor. So these two guys right here are going to do crossers, which is a West Coast offense thing, which is also kind of combined with what was happening with the run and shoot pass patterns in the day. I mean, there's a whole bunch of stuff that goes into all this, but let's just call it the typical West Coast offense spread, the pro spread that really started to become popular in the 2000s, the West Coast pass offense, or the pro spread, however you want to call it. So this is a nice little spread right here, very pro-like. I know you may not understand what's the difference between this and college, but there are differences. But you especially see it in the route designs. So here we go. Watch them take off. Great, okay? These two guys are about to do a crosser, which is very typical. Doesn't look real typical for West Coast offense. A lot of times you'll see trips, three guys together and guys crossing all over the place, or guys in the middle of the field crossing. That's more West Coast offense. This has got like a spread flavor to it, or like to say a power spread, because I can guarantee you also what Sean McVay and LaFleur do a lot of heavy running and heavy sets and power running. So this is a power spread, but you're seeing the spread portion of it right now. So this is the great Adams, Mike Adams, I think. What's his name? I forget his name now. Devontae Adams? Anyway, but great receiver, been around, and he's going to act like he's about to do a crosser with this guy, and then watch what happens. Boom. I love this. And I've not seen this. I'm sure it must have happened already, and I just missed it before. But it's a fake crosser. Very simple stuff. Anybody can understand this, but it's just a nice, clever little thing. And boom. Of course, a great pass by Rodgers. But, you think that you're going to make that throw there. A lot of even guys in college will hopefully make that throw. But, of course, Rodgers does it right on time and right away, and he sees it right away, and that's his primary anyway. It's where he was going to go to throw to, if that's not open, then he has secondary, but that's primary. But I just love this little route design. Just a nice little, again, simple. Simplicity is the name of the game. Clarity, efficiency, easy to execute, all that stuff. So crosser, psych, and check it out. I guess these guys were getting ready for the crosser, and they were in man-to-man. So this cornerback's going with this guy who's not going over there anymore. So he ends up switching by accident. So this fake crosser cut. There's something called a switch, too. That's a crosser. There's also a switch where this receiver, actually, show you what a switch would be. Actually, they would be lined up closer together, and this guy would switch and run down this sideline, and this guy would run an inside seam route. That's called a switch. And what this fake crosser does is make the defensive backs do a switch. Whoops. That's not good. This defensive back's like, oh, crap. He starts running back to here. Now you got 2 men on here, but he's breaking open anyway because they've lost all their momentum. So it effectively makes him a speedster, which he's pretty fast anyway, but now this makes Adam super fast. He gets right past them as they're all confused. And this guy's wide open on the inside. Check this. Look. This guy's wide open. You know, Rodgers could have went there, but it doesn't matter because this guy's open anyway down here. This guy's wide open. That might have been a touchdown maybe too. But anyways, these guys are just... that fake crossing route knocked off 2 defenders. These guys are gone. Not with a block, but with scheme. They're gone. Just like power spread. What power spread's about. When you do option football, you get rid of players based on scheme. Nobody actually has to hit the guy. That's what the option does. So here you're getting rid of 2 players in one little simple... I just love that. Just that little thing alone makes me love what LaFleur is doing. But he's doing a lot more than just that. He's a power-based West Coast offense, but out of power spread. Nice. Or almost out of power spread. He's a little more towards pro PS, where it's pro-based more than power spread-based. But it's close. He's advanced, and it's cool. And it's a big part of the reason Green Bay is doing so great, and it helps to have Aaron Rodgers.